cost like 3,000 bucks. He asked me for an annual membership fee, like how much. I told him the price. He's like, oh, it's this much. So I told him, mate, look at your phone. If you spend that much money on your phone, you can pay the annual membership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's for the whole year, man.
Definitely.
Goodness. I mean, Mosby gets,
yeah.
I literally come here just to have a shower and just to have power to charge my phone sometimes because we love our
Yeah,
black activity.
yeah.
Mosby,
Yeah.
come here, man. I agree.
All right, so going back to gym as a therapeutic process, I just wanted to like understand because I've heard stories of how you started in the gym, and I asked this to all the other boys. So just give us sort of like a brief history of.
Sure. Well, I think, Matthias, first and foremost, I'm not there yet. I think all of us understand we're all work in progress. But for me, the gym journey started in 2019. Again, I played a lot of rugby, and I found I lacked in a lot of areas with my strength levels. So I felt the gym would assist me in at least, building up some muscle strength in my arms and my legs, strength in my back, because I play as a prop. So obviously I came to the gym, started working out, didn't really have an idea, YouTube videos, had an activity list that I went through. My process was everything day, every day, which basically did nothing in terms of muscle
That
growth.
sounds really exhausting as well.
Exhausting. And you started with, I went for a 2-kilometer run
But
on
at
the
least
treadmill.
like you have to make some mistakes
Well,
and
yeah,
all
you
that.
have to, dude. I did that mistake for a year, man, and I was really. You talk about progress. I was disappointed at the end of 1 year, dude. It was so bad. I was like, man, I feel like nothing's happening. I feel stronger, but there's no translation in the aesthetic. I wouldn't mind a bit of aesthetic. It was 2 kilometers on the treadmill. Did the bench press, did my squat, did the deadlift, and then that was that. And I did that like 3 times a week, and or sometimes every day till Friday.
Oof, that's really
Dude,
exhausting.
it was
man.
really bad. Like I made so many mistakes, and now oh man, what a journey. But yeah, so that's how it started. And then lo and behold, I came across, there was a brother, Chris. He said, Jordan, I want to introduce you to a man. And he introduced me to Pops Eric Yamen. Yamen clan represent.
Shout out.
And he sent me down. He said, come tomorrow. Came to the gym. First day, he told me to just literally focus on one activity. My form was just messed up. Everything from my bench, my squat, my deadlift, the 3 kings in the gym, I had no idea how to lift these things. And he corrected everything from my breathing, my stance, just understanding my hip mobility.
Yeah.
All of these activities that you do just to assess.
Bracing.
Correct. And that's
Especially breathing. A lot of people forget to breathe.
Exactly, dude.
Like Sam is
That's
one of
how
them.
you pass out.
After
They do this.
Exactly. You don't do biggest mistake. You want to have
like Sam is
weight
one of
fall on
them.
your chest, please do that. Pass out, have the blood rush up to your head.
Seriously, and then some people like after they do the exercise, they're just like dizzy, and it's like, oh, did you forget to breathe or something? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, you got to work on that. That's important.
Well, that's it. And he literally just, he took everything apart, and we started to focus on lighter weights now. I never went heavy, and I did that for about 6-7 months, just getting the form right, and then he started to get things a little bit heavy, because I obviously as an architect I sit around all day, and it's important that my back has to be strong, my hips have to be good, my legs.
Are you more aware of your posture?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm always hunched over working as well, so I have to like momentarily take moments to just like
absolutely
be the queen for a day and just sit upright. It's just ridiculous.
I just set off my table,
I'm always hunching. Seriously,
go in a deep squat a couple of times a day. Just get from your seat, just sit down in a deep squat, just literally feel your hips, get a lot of hip mobility going, and you practice that in the office, you come to the gym, you'll drop these huge weights like crazy.
done.
There you go.
Done.
Easy
I'll
work.
do deep
Jordan says,
Easy work. Deep squats, man, they work.
Ass to the floor.
There you go. What Freddie Andale does all the time, which annoys the world out of me.
That guy's squats is crazy. He squats to the point where the bar hits the safety guard.
Yeah, no.
I was like, what?
I can't do that. There is a limit to,
because your stance is wider.
Correct.
Yeah, you have a wider stance, so you can't always go that deep.
Well, that's because of my hips. Again, there's people with shallow hips, there's people with really deep hips, and I'm a deep hip guy. So for me to really get my legs and my body movement right, I've got to kind of spread my legs.
Yeah, I do that as well.
You and I have the same hips, so you and I are not meant to be powerlifters. I mean, we're not meant to be those big powerlifters. You know how they do.
But you're getting
clean
there.
and
Like
Check.
you're on 300.
Well,
300 so close.
well, it is near.
I have
it
to
is
be there when you lift it.
Yeah,
You will
honestly.
be, Chan. It's going to be a big
We're gonna
event.
record it. If you want,
We're going to have
let
a
me know.
podcast after
Because you're
that.
doing
Yes.
270 right now, yes?
Yeah, well, I just got 270 to my knees. So that was last year.
Oh, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
thought you lifted it.
No, I stopped. I couldn't pull it. I couldn't lock it out. But it's there. You know, there's some numbers.
So your max would be what, 260?
260,
265?
260 kilograms. Yeah, on the deadlift.
On the deadlift.
Yeah, and I got a 230 kg on the squat. I have a useless bench, obviously. It's only 140. Freddie will hear that and he say, ha ha ha. But yeah, so that's.
Ooh, Freddie's catching up to you because didn't he lift like 260?
He did the
Yeah,
260.
260, bro.
Man, I
did
love
it,
that.
Wow.
I was really disappointed I wasn't there to
So,
support him.
but I think he was showing off a little bit because you see how he lifted it up. It was so easy, and then he went like this.
He's feeling himself a lot nowadays, mate.
Oh man, we'll
But
put
that's
a video,
Freddie,
like-
yeah. It's the energy. It's the energy that you
It's the
want.
ego lifting in him coming out now. huh?
Yeah.
He's a
What
lovely
kind of
guy.
you've mentioned you've looked at like YouTube channels for information. What's the main channels that
Squat
you go
University.
to? That's the only one.
Squat
Yeah,
University.
they're very
If
good.
that has to be a staple, I'd tag him in that post as well. Just watching his videos has educated me.
Yeah.
Volumes.
I love his Instagram.
Oh,
his Instagram
dude.
videos
I
are
wanna
just like
check it
little
out. I
nuggets of
haven't-
gold. Like if I don't have the time or the motivation to watch
Yeah.
a full video, his little 2-minute videos are enough.
Correct. He really is precise, very informative. The content, it's helped me understand my body and the way it moves a lot better. But like I said, we're that, and that's pretty much it. I'm just doing that for the last couple of years till now. I know where I want to be strength-wise. There's certain numbers I want to reach. I like to do 300 and beyond for the deadlift especially. Lord willing, get a good squat in there as well. Again, for anything, just to challenge, myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to tell my kids, Daddy used to lift this amount of weight.
So when are you joining the national team and competing in the South Pacific Games in 2023?
Yes.
I will leave
I'm
that
pretty
to-
sure like
I
Vuggy
will
Henry
leave-
will just
I
come
will
and
leave
be
that
like,
to my
yo,
brother,
bro.
Vuggy Henry.
Yeah.
Vuggy
We
Henry's
need to
an
get Vuggy
animal.
Henry on the
We
podcast.
need to
should.
bring him. Bring
Is-
Vuggy.
Hey, Vuggy, we're gonna tag you in this. If you're on Instagram, is he
Is-
on Instagram?
Vuggy Henry.
Is it right to say he's
You're
the
welcome.
strongest man?
Yeah.
in
He is the
PNG?
strongest man in
But he's from
PNG.
Kairaku, so like, represent.
I
As well.
love him. There you go. Even Victor's happy at the back. Vuggy, we look up to you, Brad.
Yeah.
You're
He's
next.
insane.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
He's insane because he can squat 300 like it's
Correct.
Boom.
reps, and he just like
Yes.
he doesn't pause. He just goes down,
Bro,
and you can see that he can do like 5 or 6. There's
So
a
he's
lot
just-
more, and he just relax.
What do
And
you
he moves
reckon
on.
his warm up would be?
Oh,
Warm up
dude.
weights.
it'd be all of our PBs, man.
Just like, we're loading up, getting like psyched to do a PR. He's like, oh, that's okay. Let me just warm up
nice,
while you
nice.
psych up.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah, but he's massive as well, so it's
if he
but
came
that's
here,
like-
we would not have enough plates for him.
yeah,
wow.
exactly.
But
That's
he-
why he trains at a profession
I
with
agree.
other professionals
Well, that's
as well.
it. But yeah, no, he's definitely a role model, I believe, for all of
Yeah.
us. But yeah,
And he's a very humble person as well. Like if you ask him for advice or just he doesn't have an ego, he doesn't
Yeah.
rub it in
Boom.
your face. He just
That's
like
exactly
or
it.
like even if you're struggling with I remember I couldn't even lift, struggling with like 150, and sometimes he'd come and it's like, oh, keep going. Like that was really like validating, to
Yeah.
have people like that who can just like basically bicep curl your PR, just tell you it's like, oh, it's okay, and that kind of humbling what's the attitude and just like
Absolutely.
just cheering you on. It's very encouraging. It's good to know that there are people who are so up there who can
I
just
know.
come down and be like, oh, here's some tips, or you can do this a little better. It was really
you find a lot of high achievers are like that. You
Yeah.
know, they really want to help people. Like,
yeah. Debono
just
is
like-
another one as
Exactly.
well. Debono is really good.
And there's a lot of boys that just want to help people. They see their journey and they respect that.
Yeah.
And when they respect that, they want to see if they can add value to that journey as well.
It's because I think they understand where you're coming from more than anyone else.
Correct.
Because they've been there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's like they want to support you. Like, okay,
It's a testament to their hard work as well, like
Yeah.
the years that they put in. It's like, oof. And then you're just like, oh, it's okay. You haven't seen your progress. That's fine. You know, we didn't do this as well in our first year. It's very encouraging to just know that, okay, they're playing the long game and we're just at the start of our journey and we
Yeah.
just don't, we think we've been training forever. And they're like, oh
No.
no, man, you just started training with correct form. So
Correct.
you're going to start from zero again and work your way
Agreed.
up. It's good. It's very encouraging. Awesome. It's awesome to be a part of that. That
yeah.
kind
So
of
it's like
company.
sometimes I'm like I'm disappointed that I can't lift. Like say like I tried 200 again, I couldn't lift it off the floor. Like 175 clean off the floor, deadlift. But then I thought, hey, I was just in here for like 8 months or something.
Yeah.
And like
But
this guy,
you got
like,
it in you because you lifted 205 at that one time.
Yeah, but
I think it's because you changed your diet as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I've been fasting a
it's
lot.
always
actually.
been, well, there you go. There goes your energy levels.
Yeah.
You're fasting a lot.
Yeah.
I fasted a lot now. I mean, the strength wise, I feel the same, but I
It's
don't know.
just like sometimes it's just the energy.
Yeah, it's probably just the energy of the glycogen levels in my muscles that's not able to exert. But I'll build strength out
Yeah.
It's
eventually.
inevitable, man.
Yeah.
Like I always say, brother, it's not a sprint. It's
I think anything
a marathon.
above like 150 is very impressive.
Oh, no
If you
doubt.
and
No
you go
doubt.
200 is just a whole new ball game.
I
and,
can
you know,
promise you, 80% of the guys in the gym can't lift up more than 150.
Or don't even deadlift.
Or don't even deadlift,
Yeah.
don't even squat. For goodness sake, the bench does not strengthen your legs. All those pulley machines or whatever the heck those. I hate those machines. They do nothing.
I think everybody, if you're going to start out in the gym, you have to get the foundations. You
Yeah,
know, the big trees.
squat,
Correct.
the big threes should be staple. It's
Absolutely.
It's just full. It just works your full body, and it gives you a really good solid foundation.
No, that's it. I mean, that's why I was just telling Matthias earlier, I want to be 90. I want to still doing all this activity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not so
same.
much about pursuing the big numbers. It's about making sure that I can walk and I can still do all these things at a really elderly age.
And there's this misconception that if you,
Misconception. It's mince.
I just
Is that a new brand
New
of
word.
mince?
Misconception.
Let's use misconception.
Put it in the dictionary, Merriam-Webster.
Oh,
They create new words all the time.
Yeah.
It's consumption that's minced.
yeah. Consumption that's minced. It's minced over time. Yeah.
You
Minced
copyright that,
consumption.
brother. Someone's going to
Copyright.
hear it and go, whoa, that's actually, I can relate to that.
So there's misconception, right? People that come to the gym and do this heavy lifting, when they get old, they get weaker. It's not like, I don't think it's, but because I see dudes that lift for like years and years. When they get older, they get younger even.
Dude,
I saw a video of a 70-year-old.
70-year-old, yep.
Was it 120 or one?
now was it the one I shared on my story?
I'm not sure. The old guy who.
There's a
Yeah,
90-year-old.
yeah.
90-year-old
90-year-old guy.
was pulling more than 180 kilograms.
Hey, that's
90.
And his
That's
son walked in and
impressive.
like he was concerned. I was like, "Oh, you're back!" Like he just lifted it out with ease. Like he just stretched back, and then he just like he didn't even
think-
struggle.
yeah.
It's just, and then he lifted. It goes like it shows the experience.
that's
and
it,
the
dude.
core strength.
There was, I think,
absolutely.
a 70-year-old lady as well.
Yes.
She pulled, I think, 100. And there was this, like, people were just concerned for her joints, and she's like, no, mate.
Contrary to what popular belief is, they think that lifting weights will, one, obviously spoil your back.
Stunt your growth and all
Yeah,
of
stunt
that.
your growth. You might break something. Completely the opposite, right? Bone density increases
Yes.
when you continue to lift over a period of time. So if you're going to be doing it for 20, 30, 40 years, while everyone's struggling with arthritis and really frail and fragile bones, you've got all these old, fathers and mothers who've been doing it, which will be us in 40, 50 years' time, walking into the gym, looking jacked as heck and
Yes, sir.
deadlifting big weights while all these little
Young
kids are
boys.
still, young ones are, come on, young blood, you're going to do better than that,
Yeah.
son.
But it all comes down to your form. Like, you have to do it with proper form.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
Improper form gets you injured so
Absolutely.
easily.
I learned that the hard way, mate. I was like bent 1 week off my legs. It just
I remember you weren't all out and your ankles, was it?
yeah, my
You
ankles.
silly
man.
boy.
I squatted with like closed legs. I went down, came up. I felt something was like
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
But people don't like that because, like, you said that when you started practicing with proper form, you had to lower the weight, and a lot of
Bro.
people don't want to do that. Like, even I don't want to do that as well. But then I'd rather you would rather get the form right because in the long run,
Yes.
it's less injuries.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I mean no injuries at all. It's a better lift and a cleaner, stronger
Yeah.
lift.
If we literally continued in that same mindset we had before without understanding form and how our body works, all these mechanics, I guarantee you now, some of us would have sustained some pretty serious
Yeah.
injuries, you know?
Yeah.
And just the simple things, breathing, goodness gracious me, yeah.
Because it's like if you want to do something for a long run, you better do it right. And I think going back to the misconception, it's because people don't do it with the good form or with the right way.
Absolutely.
And it's not just lifting, like it comes to your diet, your mindset, just overall lifestyle, I guess.
Yep.
It all contributes to like lifting. If you're just lifting for the sake of for the gram,
Yeah.
it's not gonna
Well,
it's not gonna benefit you in the long run.
No,
you know?
no.
It's just you're wasting your time mostly, because you'll just gain all that weight.
Once you get it,
Yeah.
you'll leave.
yeah.
Yeah, like if it's very goal oriented, if I achieve the goal that
Yeah.
I wanted, once you get the goal, that's kind of like the danger of goals. So something I've been reading. It's like, oh, don't do it for the goals, do it for like the process.
Yeah.
That's why
and
I
the
don't have
constant,
goals.
developing the process
Well, that's
and
it.
the journey, like falling in love with the journey and
that's it.
always reaching for another goal.
Tony Robbins said this: if you create a goal that's achievable, when you reach it, you get lost. So create big, ambitious, out of this world goals, something that you can always chase after. It's always close. You feel like you're gonna get there, but it's always out of reach, and it makes you want to just keep on going. You know.
That's why you're going to be lifting 300.
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
mate. Probably. I'll take you up.
Yeah.
On
My
that
man.
one day.
300 kg. We've all got 300 in us, boys. Chase that.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely, bro. I believe that.
Yeah,
We're
because
gonna
at
work
first
on
when
it.
you start, you're just like, I'm just gonna try,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
100, yeah. And then when you start, like, it's like every month you try test it, and you can lift like 5 or even 10 kg
Absolutely,
heavier than
dude.
what you used to.
It's huge.
It's a really good like hit of confidence.
There you
It's like you
go.
just get a really good surge of energy. Ooh, I can do anything. Like,
Those
what else
endorphins
can
start
I
to
do?
kick in, exactly.
Yeah.
You walk a little bit higher with your chest head up.
Oh, that's it. I mean, Chan likes to walk with his chest popped out all the time, but
It's got the Superman walk.
Oh, that's
I
it,
love
yeah.
it.
I just have good posture.
I'm just getting you back for all the burns you were giving me in your previous podcast.
Okay, it's okay.
Revenge, yeah, bro. It's inevitable that I end up
I
here
thought
anyway.
that you were too good for payback, but anyway.
Oh,
You're
wow.
just as petty as us all. That's why I love you.
You were petty in the first place.
Yeah, why
Lo-
stoop down to my level? You're Papa Jordan up there.
Love it.
No, but like Jordan Peterson said something about posture. Like if you walk with your shoulder and your back straight, people would respect you more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are little things that you can do, because I remember like I've struggled when I was used to struggle, like when I felt stuck in life and things like that. I used to ask what little things that I could do right now, because a lot of the solutions to my problems were like really big things and they were out of my control. So some of the things that were like, oh, you can just walk differently or talk differently or read differently or talk, or you know, it's little fixes in your day. I like his analogy on cleaning your room. He's like, if you can clean your room, you can achieve any goal in life, because it's a simple act. And if you do that repeatedly over a period of time,
I
then
love
it's
Jordan
like,
Peterson.
yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I mean, he's correct. I think in one of his, I totally love Jordan Peterson. And yes, I haven't read any of his books yet, but I do follow him on YouTube. I don't agree with some of the things he says, but I agree with a lot of the things he says. I think there was one instance where he made a comment about people taking huge stands of grandeur, how to change the world. You know, you stand against, you know, all these different things at a grand level. You're showboating on social media. You know, I'm against this, I'm against that. When really trying to change the world comes back to some really simple things. It basically starts at home. You know,
Yeah. Starts with yourself.
Correct. Like you said, making your bed. You know, thank God my mother, she just put me through what Jordan Peterson was preaching. My mother, literally, I don't know how she did it. She figured it all out way before I started to learn about this. So, yeah, you start at home. You know, learn to do the little things right. Respect your parents. You know, Bible talk. God in family believe you. Respect your neighbor. respect your parents. All of these things, they're all very important. And only at that level, then you'll find as you continue to do that consistently, you come across opportunities where you get to do that at a slightly larger scale. It's not so much standing up in front of hundreds and thousands of people. Usually, those activities tend to be within the moment. They tend to happen within the moment, and then after that, they're gone. It's a trend.
It's a trend, yeah.
Which is what we see today. But if all of us individually literally went back and just worked in our homes, continue to try to improve ourselves, look after your families, you find that things
Even looking
change.
after yourself as well.
And taking care of yourself, all of that, it all comes into play. And I think when you do have that stance, I really see, I'm just speaking from my own experience, I find opportunities to make change present themselves. God opens this door for you to do something. That's just basically
because you
my
have the
take on that.
character as well, because that's what character is developed.
Correct.
And you need a lot of character if you're going to be someone who's going to be outspoken about change and about improving other people's life. You have to have the character to back it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Character is what sustains you over the long term. If you don't have that, it's the fake people are easy. They're gonna be easily identified, and then once the trend ends, they disappear. So because you just don't have the character to sustain it.
Precisely. You just follow the hype, which is what a lot of the things that we do today. When you're presented with an opportunity to do something, you find, like, I always go back to the Bible because I see so many things I relate to, And when God asked Moses, and he said, Moses, he told Moses, you're going to take the people out from Egypt, you're going to take them to the promised land. And Moses was like, oh man, I can't speak, I can't do any of this at all. And then, God said, okay, fine, I get Aaron to support you. And then I said, what's in your hand? And Moses had a staff in his hand. And, that's pretty much the same approach I have when I'm trying to do something or when I'm going about my business. I always look, what have I got in front of me? What's there that I can use? What's there that I can use to carry this journey or to carry my team to this place that I want to be? And surprisingly, it is more than enough for what I wish to accomplish or what I want to accomplish. And just, again, having said that, that's exactly the space that we need to be. You have a lot of Papua New Guineans today, and I keep coming back to us because this is about Papua New Guineans who are looking for a way to start in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
And I think you both are very entrepreneurial. You're doing all this activity, and you don't wait for someone to come and gift you something. You immediately see what resources you have at your disposal, and then you act on that.
Yeah.
And then when another opportunity comes, you probably get better equipment or you learn a new skill, you keep acting on that. And then you find that's where the progress comes in. As you said, also back in the gym, again, once you start to see the gains, change in strength, the change in aesthetics, you just keep wanting to get into it even more.
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciate this space so much. Not only do you come here to train your body and train your mind, the Life Gym and all you brothers that are present teach you to become a better person as well. And, half the time I'm talking to the boys and just talking about my day, and, sometimes it gets, you forget to work out. Yeah, you always do in the end, but it's always a joy to see where everyone is at.
Yeah.
That's why I said, when I saw you the first time, Matthias, I said, welcome home. Because this is exactly what the Life Gym is to a lot of us. It's home, Papa Mauli Mr. Logarabia. Some of us are from other parts of the country. So you come here and we kind of say, no, blood to me, but you brother.
Yeah. Totally, man. Houseman. Houseman. Yeah, that's why, like, when the boys are asking, oh, what should we name the podcast? So it's like, we have a group that, the group chat is called, like, Nogat Less Manh.
Why aren't I on that group chat?
Oh, you're too good for
Wow.
Well, actually, hey.
No, we should add
who's
you
the admin? Add him right now. So
You have to audition.
This is my audition.
And then I saw the group, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna represent the boys, because I wanna involve everyone, because we have a really great community.
Yeah.
We have really great bondage. The gym binds us all together.
Yeah.
And you guys have helped me a lot, and I want to share this with everyone.
Brother, and we're going to keep on helping you until we're dead.
Oh, bro, we're gonna live forever.
I don't know about that, but there's a bit of the fountain of youth is in those steel plates outside there,
Oh,
somewhere
That is
in
so
there.
true. Victor's
Most
example of that.
Exactly. Look
most
at
def.
it.
And
Fine
then
looking
De-aging.
producer.
That's what I told him. That's what I
Reversing
keep
the
telling him. I was like,
process.
mate, you lifted and you just lost. You look like you lost years. Like you reverted
You
back.
revert-
Like
you
you
reverse
looked
time.
older when you were overweight. Now you look.
We all did, dude.
but
You look like
it's-
we're the same age
It's
now.
like it's very therapeutic for me.
No, I'm young. I'm a kid.
Honestly, for like to come to the gym and to be around all these like-minded individuals, and I want to help people to come to as well. And if you're watching, if you want to come, and if something's stopping you, I don't give a shit. Just come to the gym.
Come to
Stop
the
giving
gym.
excuses. Stop making up excuses, man. Just come to the gym.
Make a commitment.
Yeah, make
Start
it.
small. I think it's always overwhelming to start. There's so many things that run through people's minds, but it's just like motion creates emotion. The moment you start, the motivation will come.
I-
That's a Tony Robbins.
My
Yeah,
man,
emotion creates
you're
emotion.
dropping
Mate.
gems all day long.
Like you can't stop him when he starts. It's
Motion.
just-
Yeah,
What
you
is
have to
that?
stop it. Motion creates emotion.
Shivas.
Motion creates emotion, and it's true. Like it blew my mind the first time I heard
You have to do it before you feel it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Because a lot of people will wait to be motivated to do something, but that's not true.
Yeah.
It's the reverse. That is true.
That is a difference between being motivated and being driven.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now that I totally get. Yeah.
Yeah. So motivation is you get the difference. But for those who don't know, if you're motivated, good music, you have good feelings, you come to the gym,
Yeah.
you have a great day.
I mean, even if you
Absolutely.
cannot afford a gym membership because of your circumstance, I mean, there should be something that you can do.
Yeah.
It's always looking like, as Jordan says, it's what's in your hand, what's in front of you. You never know. You could just be walking down your street every afternoon or every morning or going
Yeah.
for a jog
Yep.
or just grabbing a rope or doing push-ups. It's like body weight, you need to
Exactly.
do calisthenics. There's always something to do. It's just all comes down, I think, to how much you value yourself and your health and your future. Because if you don't, you're not going to put the time and money and investment in it. But if,
Absolutely.
if you're really ready for a change, if you're tired of where you are in life, then maybe try do something different.
Absolutely.
Do
I'm
something
really
about
happy. Like I'm gonna say this, guys.
Just
This
say it.
kind of rhetoric is not out within our, especially around our fellow Papua New Guineans. You don't have this approach where health is the central focus in terms of a message. And not only that, we're just a bunch of brothers coming together, trying to improve ourselves. We're using this beautiful facility, Life Gym, to do it. And that's the kind of message that needs to get out there. And it's one of the reasons why I really love your podcast, is that kind of message is not out there. We've got people who do a ton of cook shows, talk back shows, so many scripted things. Here it's just a bunch of brothers coming together, just talk that's all. And because of that, I think that's why a lot of people relate to what you say. And that's why they connect with everything that's being said here.
It's because we're being authentic. Authenticity, mate.
That's what we want,
Authenticity.
cuz.
That's what we
Yeah.
promote here. If you're gonna
You're
like,
doing a
if you're
great
watching
thing, mate.
this and you think we're scripting any of this,
Unscripted.
nah, man.
I can
Let me
attest
hide
to
the
that.
script.
Nah, man. Nah.
Honestly, I have no script.
We didn't have nothing. We just told him like, okay,
real talk,
this is
yeah.
what we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna do the introduction and we're gonna do the closing. That's it. Yeah?
Absolutely, man.
What is one message you wanna say to everyone before we close?
One message.
I know you've said a lot, but like,
There
You
is
said- I mean,
a
there's a
main
lot of
thing. There's
messages.
definitely something
There's a
that's-
lot of messages, but what is one important one you wanna like even re-say if you must?
All right, sure. Well, for me personally, I come from a school of thought where Papua New Guineans should be in spaces pushing a Papua New Guinean agenda. I come from a school of thought where Papua New Guineans need to be in places of leadership, in enacting, Papua New Guinean change. And because of that, I guess the only way for us to go into these spaces is to let go of all of the mediocrity that comes with a Papua New Guinean being in a certain space.
Yes.
Because we've had so many people before our time that have been in places of influence and have destroyed what it means to display true, pure Papua New Guinean professionalism. And that is not who we are. Our identity, where we come from, our forefathers, Olat Wokmane, Nogat Less Manh. Tumunabdumi, Nogat Less Manh. And that is why we're all here today or this morning. So if there's anything I would like to, I guess, say to that is, Yumi no less man. Everything that we do, we must exemplify what it means to be pure professionals. We have to exemplify excellence. That is where we came from. Our families, our forefathers, whether you're doing the garden or you're fishing, their activities allowed us to be where we are today. There's no reason why we should display that same work ethic. Be gone with all of these things where, oh, I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to become too late to work. I'm going to be complacent. I'm just going to take my time with this. You're going to keep doing that and the world's going to pass you by. And you'll be the same mediocre person. You probably should have never been born if you want to be mediocre. The country doesn't need that stuff. You're not going to, our leaders are not going to drive this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have no faith in a lot of our leaders.
Agreed.
Same.
I think the only people that are going to drive this are the generation of young Papua New Guineans.
The upcomers, definitely.
Correct. In places where they want to let go of that mindset that has defined us for decades.
Yeah.
And I think I'm surrounded by a bunch of men who have that same mindset. That's if you're willing to work on yourself in the way that you do in Life Gym.
Yeah.
I can promise you, you have the essence of being of literally being someone who pursues excellence because you want it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you automatically find yourself pushing that in your places of work,
Yeah.
in your family. And that's what we need to really grasp these days. Inablo togo se mimi inablo mimi go space na ba mi relax na megyo na something inab. Those days are over.
Yeah.
The world's literally coming to this country now.
Yeah.
We can only be developing countries for so long, a developing country for so long. And for us to start getting into the stage where we want to be real players, I guess, in our own nation, we've got to start making our stand and putting our foot down and wherever we may be. I don't care what you're doing, whether you're a cleaner or a secretary or some project manager somewhere or a graphics man or you're in IT, display excellence in everything that we do. And I think that's the mindset that we try to adopt, especially here. And I think that would be my message if I had the opportunity to say that. Whether it goes far or not, I don't know. But
You said
I
it
said
beautifully,
it.
man.
So good. So
It's out
good.
there in the world. Girls, man, love it.
Love
I
it,
feel like I want to give a round of applause, man. Honestly, it deserves it. Seriously, and I resonate with that so much. It's just I want to get this message across to everyone and as many people as I can. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks,
Thank you, Chan.
Matthias.
Thank you for
Thanks,
the nuggets
Chan.
of gold.
Oh, thank you, Yellow Beanie Man.
That's right. Subscribe
Appreciate
to
your
my
time. All right, we'll just say bye to each camera.
All
You
right.
can just wave or
Sure.
whatever.
Join
you
us
wanna do.
next time for another
See you guys.
podcast.
See you in Life Gym.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jordan.
Some of the best in the country.
Yeah.
Here. Us.
And don't be afraid to talk to Jordan. He's not scary.
No, I'll
Yeah.
say the same thing. Welcome home. I'll say welcome home when you come too.
Mate.
My man. You'll never forget that, you know.
Never, bro. I'll tell the kids about this shit.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Peace out.
Peace out.